What's up, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite Thursday night wrestling podcast with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, wearing a pretty awesome Wrestlemania shirt, The Undertaker versus AJ Styles, where AJ Styles got buried alive.
Which I did tear up.
Yeah, great match. Great theatrical. What do they call them? Not theatrical match. Whatever they call it.
Yep.
Great match.
Right after
COVID. It was phenomenal.
Right, it was a great match.
And the current reigning, defending RSH heavyweight champion of the world, Josh the Board, sharing away over there. And guys, ladies, huge week in the professional wrestling world. And I got to say, what we're going to talk about tonight, there's two big things. Neither of which I thought we were going to talk about tonight last week.
Normally shit we avoid at all costs.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's big. It's done something that I never thought we would see. Ever. And you guys probably, if you're watching this show, you probably know more about than I do. But yeah, it's going to be an epic tale.
Very shocking.
And also, Josh's computer is still starting up,
Weird.
So I'm going to be the guy in his chair for just a little bit. So bear with me. I'm not good at the technicalities. I'm an old millennial. I'm not good with the computers. I just watch wrestling, drink beer, and that's all I do. I'm not good with the computer stuff, even though my job is 100% on the computer these days. But still, I digress.
But from this side to that side, it's all right.
That's right. So let's get it started with, because of course, hold on, we got to do this first. We got to do the ticker. There we go.
At least you took the Brock Lesnar stuff off.
All right.
Here we go. 6:35. You guys get it.
Your 10-second.
It's been almost 2 years. All right, let's
Go on from that.
So
Quit counting.
the big thing, man, is that it has been revealed that for a fact, Cody Rhodes on from AEW with his wife Brandy.
They took him out of the intro.
Gone. Yep. And some people say it's it's a work. Nah,
No,
it looks to be pretty real. And then in professional wrestling, it's hard to tell. But one thing that we know about AEW
with statements like that.
Sure,
Like,
right? They're very
professional.
real. And let's be honest, the one thing that AEW is not good at is keeping shit secret from being a work.
Yeah.
Right, they don't.
So,
That's true.
Definitely Cody is gone. He was a big time dog. One of the main guys who got the promotion going in the first place.
He's a founding father of.
Absolutely.
I think he was kind of the head figure. I mean, granted, Khan gave the money, but Cody was like, "I'm
he
fuck
was.
WWE.
Sure.
I'm gonna start my own. I'm gonna take all these indie people that they fuck over and make my own company."
Yep. And whoever it was that said, "Well, nobody can sell out this arena other than WWE,"
they did.
He was the one. Well, Cody was the one who said challenge accepted, and that's when they did the All In pay-per-view before AEW, which kind of started AEW.
Yep.
And
that's what got Tony Khan on board.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh shit, this can be real." And now it's like he's playing with action figures. As Jim Cornette says.
I can't say you're wrong on that.
He said that Tony Khan books like he's in his bedroom playing with action figures.
And he kind of looks like it too. With his goofy ass face.
Not to judge the photo, but we don't know what you do, but you probably do.
All right, so
now,
what's your thoughts?
So, fact, Cody Rhodes is gone from AEW.
Yes.
Not fact, he's going to WWE.
It looks like it's a fact.
Sure, and I think that's where he's going. I mean,
it's like New Japan. He did that when he left the first time.
Sure,
start a new company. He's done that.
Why would you leave AEW to go to New Japan?
Impact Wrestling. He's done that. NWA won that title already.
Jeez,
so
and again,
there's nothing left for him to do.
Right. To do any of those things, why would you leave AEW to do those things?
Right.
Like, in my opinion, AEW is better than all of those. One, he just had a kid. He's not going to New Japan. That's out of the question.
They clarified that Cody is signing, Brandy is not.
I did see that as well. Yep, which is good.
Which Brandy was just a ring announcer there and
keep her ass out of the ring.
She'll do the stay at home. She'll do the mom thing. She'll be on the road with the baby and shit.
But yeah, so I honestly
one day she can be Renee Young.
Yeah.
That's true.
She's not bad.
But he has had some stints in the Hollywood scene. He was not a regular. He was a reoccurring character on Arrow. So he does have some acting background. So I think it was Kevin you mentioned. He's been on the show before once or twice. He mentioned Kevin Hart, not related to the Hart family. That
he's white.
He might be going.
I'm about to say he's the one.
He might be going to Hollywood, which is a good guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's been talked about on the internet this past couple of days is how do you get a good walkthrough to Hollywood? WWE. He already has a show on TNT. That being said, for now,
yeah. because I don't know how TNT's going to feel.
Yeah, it's AEW channel.
I think his Go
Yeah.
Big Show days are over.
I would say
that
so.
Show's on, that show's on there
His
too.
reality show, though, like if they say "fuck you," they'd be like, "We have Peacock, bro. You're good."
Like what? Miz,
Like,
But
Miz
will they
is on.
will they want a Cody Rhodes show though?
Probably.
I feel like they'll take anything this dude's got to offer.
What does he have to offer? That's where I'm kind of at. I don't think Cody has much to offer. I'm just saying.
Okay, that's because you're thinking of Cody Rhodes in the light that he was when he was there last.
No, I'm not. And I think that's one reason why Vince would be interested because he's made a name for himself.
Yeah, he's
Outside
coming back
WWE.
a star.
Yeah, he is.
That's why.
A star, I think, is pushing it.
Yeah, he's a star.
I mean,
he's
he
like
was
10
see.
times bigger.
he was a
Oh,
star.
shit, I remember him.
Oh, I remember him too that last time.
What's up, Boston? What's
What's
going
up?
on, brother?
I see him
Austin?
on TikTok out in the fucking farm and shit.
He said RSH rules. We appreciate it, buddy.
On the farm life, just like Brock Lesnar. I dig it, man. Hell yeah.
Dude, we'll get to that. We have to talk about that
That's
Oh,
true.
God.
on the
Yeah.
McAfee show because Brock was great.
He was great. I will admit. I'm just saying, like when it comes to Cody Rhodes, if he does go to WWE, you need to slow the fuck down.
So like last on Raw, he's like, "I'm the WWE champion."
Like,
I was
take
like,
it
"What
slow,
the fuck?
Bobby."
Is
Calm
Bobby
down, Bobby.
okay?"
He's tongue twisting. ain't he?
But like in my opinion, dude, I never cared for him in WWE.
I didn't either.
I
Never
didn't
cared for him
either.
in AEW. I mean, he had an opportunity to be good in AEW, but he floundered it. He thinks he's John Cena. So I think this dude's ego is bigger than what his career is going to be in WWE. And if he does go to WWE, he'll be big there for a minute because, all the shit he's going to bring over with him. 6 months from now, back to mid-card Stardust, dashing Stardust nonsense.
Don't think that'll happen, or he wouldn't be coming back.
But he won't have control of that. I'm sure he's being promised everything right now, but at the end of the day,
he's
Vince
smart
owns
enough.
you.
He just helped run a company. How you get shit done, you get it in writing.
And-
Cody's not coming back to fight. I know how much you want to see The Miz. First off, his wife don't wrestle, so that match will never happen. Second, he's not coming even as much. Fighting The Miz isn't like a step back. Like The Miz is a fucking Hall of Famer.
But that's
He's an A-lister.
I'm saying the
That
storyline
story
right now
could
is
happen
there.
at like a
easily.
fucking judge, like
At
a fucking-
WrestleMania. Easily.
No, that
At
is not a
some point.
WrestleMania.
I mean, they're very similar, as in they're both
They
TV
are.
reality
They
shows
are.
and
I'll
wrestling.
I'll tell you who I think he's going to fight at Mania in a minute.
Oh boy.
Coming back,
Yeah.
he's the first. All that we talk about, I feel like, is like, oh my God, Keith Lee just went to AEW. Oh my God, they saw like 55 fucking people.
Sure,
They
this is
do.
the first
Yeah.
AEW
This
guy.
ain't just Brian Cage getting mad at and leaving. This is Cody fucking like
He left.
one of the
creator.
four. So it's the Young Bucks, Kenny, and him, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
they're the-
it.
One of
That's
the
it.
four
Four
founding
fathers.
people
And he
of
left.
that brand. He's choosing to leave there for reasons not known. There's been reports, but we don't know. And he's back.
Yeah.
That's you. Vince is going to be like Vince. Reports are he's making $5 million a year. He's making $3 to $5 million a year. He's
Oh,
not
this-
making $5 million a year to wrestle in the mid card.
No, it's like-
To be compared to our boy Corbin, according to Google, makes $1.3 million, and he's no offense, come on the show someday. He's a mid carder though.
I'm gonna throw this at you. Just we're saying numbers here and how contracts work. One, Batista was guaranteed a title run when he came back in 2014. Didn't happen.
Yeah, but Batista had many title runs.
Bret Hart was promised a contract with a lot of money back in 1997. Didn't happen, and that's why he left in
I
the
don't
first
think
place.
Cody's gonna come back and get a title run
So-
either.
oh,
Cody doesn't necessarily need a title. Like he's not gonna come back and fight Roman Reigns at
Absolutely. And
WrestleMania.
he's
No,
not winning.
But I feel
ever.
like he thinks he would be a year from now.
He might. But
Nah.
it makes no logical sense to do that right away
No.
unless you throw him into Raw.
He's not going to be a main eventer, dude.
Then I think Lashley's losing to Brock, which we'll get to those predictions
Sure.
later.
That-
But
Sure.
there's
Yeah.
they have stories that are already going. Like
Sure.
you're going to get Brock, Roman, Ronda, Charlotte, Knoxville, Sami Zayn. Apparently,
Yep.
like those three are pretty much locked in for Mania.
Yep.
Sure.
So Cody is just kind of like icing on the cake as far as
Well, this is right here breaking for Austin. Cody Rhodes is leaving.
Yeah, it is
yeah,
crazy,
it is
Austin.
fucking, it's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's just
Hey, I'm back. All right.
Yeah, like you guys said, like he did. This is the first. We all
Okay,
knew it was
bam.
coming.
And I found a picture with stupid neck tattoo.
Yeah, that's the worst.
But
But the fact is, like, we all knew that the day would come when somebody would
Mhm.
leave AEW to go to WWE. And in a million years, I did not think that first person would be Cody fucking Rhodes.
No.
right.
And I think this is going to be like the talk. It's the talk of the internet right now. When he finally does debut, it's going to be the talk of the fucking internet then
Yep.
too.
Mhm. It
And
is.
Vince, this is WWE's way of being like, hey, AW, fuck you. Watch this. You
Yep.
took all of our people.
We're gonna take.
We just
somebody
need one,
Yep.
and we don't need them.
But do
He
we
wanted
really
to
think
come
he's
back.
going to bring people with him? The first couple of weeks,
I don't
yes.
I don't need anybody.
After, I mean viewers. I mean viewers.
They don't need any more.
They don't.
Well, then why take him? What's the point?
That's true.
Big draw. You go
Yeah.
into.
But that's what I'm
you're
just saying. Would he get a big draw? Is ratings?
Cody
and
Rhodes,
I don't think
Cody
he's a
Rhodes
big draw.
is fucking loved.
By
He is
who?
loved.
He's been booed at all of the arenas. He's a good guy in AEW. Still
He's
gets
big.
booed.
He was getting
So
booed.
He's
does-
failed to get over in
Yeah.
AEW.
He could pull. So John Cena was like the ultimate. He gets booed, but like everybody sells. He's probably like 60%. He will bring fans with him.
I don't think so,
And
man.
he's a huge name to move right during WrestleMania season.
I think it'll be. I think the first week, maybe the first month. Yeah. After
I
that,
think it's going to be the
he'll
hottest.
become just another guy.
This is going to be hot as fuck going into Mania. Especially, I like Brock's new look and heard Rousey came back. Yeah.
Here's
Pretty
all
much
those
caught
things.
up now.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, my problem with Cody was when he was on AEW, which we all three talked about in our group chat. But when Cody was on AEW, he did a lot. I mean, he did a whole much, but I didn't. To me, as a WWE fan, and I do like AEW, but he called shots at Triple H constantly, which
Oh, he's the throne breaker.
holding up the sledgehammer, which really bugged the crap.
Oh, he claims that was just an inside joke with himself.
because he kept doing it every single week.
I
You're
feel like
not
it's
like he
Triple
was the
H.
Triple H of AEW. You're not even close to Triple H's resume.
He wants to be John Cena.
Yeah.
But he couldn't even get over in AEW. He should have gone heel, and that would have been great.
I caught on to
refused to do
the. I
that.
caught on to the when he held up the sledgehammer. I'm like, okay, he's just kidding.
That was all out,
Then
man.
he kept doing it and doing it and doing it. I'm like, I mean, that's so disrespectful.
I mean, it's not, I don't even call it disrespectful. It's just like obnoxious.
Well, to me, it is
Like,
because
the first time, it made sense. I think that was the first AEW pay per view.
Yeah.
I believe it was Double or Nothing is what it was.
Cody
And,
showed me Cody had a big ego, just needed to calm down. Like I wouldn't be saying you're Triple H, Vince. Just
And
calm
then he
down.
kept getting booed.
I want
Yeah.
to.
That
I'll
was my
have to
problem.
take a shot at gender.
Oh, gross.
This is a company where Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton for 7 straight months. Is there a time where Cody Rhodes can win a world title in what's the fucking dead time of wrestling? Like,
September.
yeah. So like at Hell in a Cell, he beats fucking Seth Rollins for the
Yeah.
for the world
That ain't
title in
gonna
a
happen. I think it
or
was
something
Seth.
like that.
He
It's
didn't-
very possible. There's been world champion. They were going to put the fucking belt on Ellsworth. Like,
Yeah, I
did you see
remember-
that interview where he said
I didn't.
he was supposed to beat AJ
I
Styles?
He did 3
for-
times.
Yeah, but for the title.
One of them, Moxley or Dean
But
Ambrose helped
AJ,
him.
he
Let's
told,
just clarify.
he said no.
Clarify that.
I don't want to be hated on the internet
Sure.
because he knew at some point he'd need indie bookings again.
That guy was a
So like
creep.
they'll put,
Well, he's also a pedophile. So
I
probably
wouldn't
put
say
it there for
never.
too.
That true.
but what do you see for it? So I'm assuming that they didn't sign him to keep him off of TV till after WrestleMania. This is going to be because our second topic is they have to sell out 2 nights of Mania in that huge fucking stadium in Dallas.
Yep.
This helps. This doesn't hurt.
No, it
Even
don't.
if he brings in 20,000 more people, that helps.
No, I agree.
The second guy
it
is
helps
probably going
for
to bring in
Mania,
a hell
but-
of
I mean, he's not going to not make fans come. So worst case scenario, there's a few more viewers.
yes.
He's not
And
gonna-
this is a very good wrestler.
I mean, is he? I mean,
He
he's
is a. I mean, he's a good. They're all
Is
good
he? I
wrestlers.
agree.
That's why they're in
What does that
wrestling
to say?
companies.
I mean, I've watched his whole career from when I remember his first night on Raw with Dusty when Dusty was showing him around to now, and he just doesn't do it for me. Even when he was a
Me
free
I
either.
don't
Me
fucking
either.
like him either, but he is an asset to have.
He is.
I mean,
This is
I've
a
never cared
dude
for
coming from the
myself.
hottest company that never has any issues.
Yeah, right.
And apparently, there is issues. You just don't hear about them because Meltzer sucks their dick.
no, we all know there's issues.
No, like all we hear about is backstage. WWE, they hate everything. Then AEW, the morale is so high. Then why one of your biggest fucking names leave?
But if he's so good and so prestigious, why didn't he get over in WWE in the first place? I mean, he had a good run with Stardust. People like that.
Nah,
Yeah,
he
he
was-
did.
He thought he was hotter than he was.
And I think
Yeah,
that's
he was.
still going to be the case. He's hotter now in real life.
See.
What does that
We'll
to
see.
say?
But I feel like Vince is going to get him and then realize, you know what? After the 6 month nostalgia runs out, back to dashing
See, I don't think so.
Stardust.
I don't think a dude tells
Like
Vince to
Rolls.
fuck off, goes and makes his own, goes and helps create another company. He's going to come back and deal with the same bullshit.
Oh, I think he
There's
will.
going to be an agreement.
I mean, the thing with Vince is we all know that Vince doesn't give a shit about your history. Like he doesn't hold grudges at all when it comes to business. So I'm not surprised that Vince would welcome him
It's
back.
a great business move right
What
now.
And it's
This is going to be the
for,
hottest fucking thing
for
over the
Vince. It
next
is
2 or 3
right
months.
now. In 6 months from now, though, it's not because
And if
nobody's
they
going to care
do with
anymore.
him something interesting at Mania, it's going to continue.
We'll see.
He hasn't been good at doing that.
Look at the
historically.
Just look at how the Yvonne's even said she stayed off Twitter the last 3 days because it's look how hot it is.
Cody.
That's a big deal.
5 years ago,
huge.
5 years ago, would this even matter?
No, it's
Like
a big
Cody
deal right
Rhodes,
now.
It's fucking because this is coming from the up and coming conglomerate AEW, all fucking whatever the fuck it's called.
Sure. I'm looking at him as a performer wrestler, not what he did with AEW, because he did help pave a
No, but
competitor.
the biggest part of him leaving is where he's coming from. This is the first guy that there's been a couple people that's worked dark matches that are somewhere in NXT's developmental system.
Sure.
But like
No,
this
he's
is
a big
the
one.
first
TV guy. Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
Yvonne said Jericho would have been bigger. No,
No,
he wouldn't have. Because
no.
I thought he was going to come back.
Yeah, he will. He still will.
I mean, Jericho, his contract expires, I think, this year.
this year.
They exercised his 2-year option in 2020.
Sure.
It is 2022 when I woke up this morning. So that means at some point, I think Jericho's being a surprise entrant in the Rumble next year.
I won't be surprised. The thing with Jericho is he's still doing his tour with Fozzy, so he's good with where he's at right now.
All right, so
professionally,
book him to Mania. So he's not going to be in Saudi.
I'm telling you, the big match with Mania is the Miz. I'm telling you, that's
Nope,
it. The
it's
storyline
not.
writes itself. What else is there?
There's tons of stories that write
Like
themselves.
what? Well, who else?
There's
would he fight?
one guy. So since
I don't.
I guess
know,
we're on
man.
agreement, Brock's going over.
Oh, for sure.
For
I
sure.
say so. If KO's fighting,
He's not going to
Cold.
fight Brock Lesnar.
no. If KO, no. God damn it. If KO's fighting Stone Cold, there's one guy that's just
You're going to say Seth Rollins?
yes, it's
Yeah.
out in the open doing
Okay,
nothing right
I
now.
agree with that, Seth.
That
Okay.
the story could easily be written there. Oh, hey Cody, where you been?
That'd be a
Like,
fun match.
And
there- that's a
and
and
Seth can make it
Seth's
personal.
at the top of his game right
for
now.
sure.
Like he
And
made
you
it
get a
personal.
Cody with a chip on his shoulder, as hot as he is right now, facing
Seth.
Roman's the hottest. Like,
He
but like
is.
Seth,
Oh, right.
Seth is
I think Seth's the hottest one on Raw.
Seth, in my opinion, is
Outside of Brock, if
the
you
best
eliminate
asset
Brock
they
and
have.
Roman, because
He
that's the
is.
best story going on right now.
Sure.
But Seth and Cody be great.
Yeah, that'd be good.
No, I
Fucking,
agree.
I
That'd
agree
be,
with that
that'd
too.
be, yeah, I agree.
Cody's not gonna come back like I just need a fucking title. Like no,
No.
No,
Cody and
I'm not.
Free-
I'm
like,
not saying
Cody and I think he's going to come back to Raw because Raw needs it. Because Fox
Sure.
is old. Fox got
Yeah.
fucking Brock.
Fox is set.
Like Fox is
They're
set.
set. They got
Like if
Roman,
Fox is like,
Brock,
oh, we need Cody
They
to
got
play
Charlotte,
Brock
Ronda, fucking Brock,
and Roman.
Roman.
every
like-
year.
Becky Lynch. I think is she still
No,
on?
she on the Raw.
She's on Raw now. All right,
But,
she's,
like,
that's right. 'Cause she's
I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
Seth will be his first. I think it's going to be something where Seth comes out after losing at the. He's like, man, I guess I ain't doing shit for me. Him and KO
Comes Cody.
is going to come be bitch. Oh, we ain't doing shit for me. Then Cody comes out like, hey, I'm free.
I mean, I like it,
And then
Yeah.
there you go. Then you got that's a pretty hot fucking story.
especially if Seth points at his neck and just starts fucking doing that laugh.
Yeah.
that
Like
would
he
be
did
great.
Austin Theory this week.
like,
I loved it.
that would be good. There's
And we know.
like Lashley's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Yeah, really.
Think of the people in the chamber right now. I'm still assuming Riddle and Orton do something together.
Styles.
I'm just
Austin
telling you, man.
Theory.
Cody Rhodes does not do it for me. So like, I didn't like him in AEW. I'm not gonna like him in
I agree.
WWE.
I
I'm
don't-
not gonna. I bitch about him all the. I
We
go
know
watch
you
working
do.
fans talk shit about him and leave. Like
That's what we do.
I don't like Cody, but this
We'll
is
just
a
have to see.
huge deal that
It
he went
is
back.
huge.
I mean, yeah, no,
And-
it absolutely is.
And this,
but I
this
don't
is
think
a kick to AEW's dick. And
That's
you know,
it hurts.
no, it is because
Yeah.
Tony Khan started fucking crying last night
Oh, boy.
at the end of Dynamite.
Oh,
He said,
God.
"This has been a rough week for me. I need a really big hug from each and every one of you, COVID bitch." And then he started
Right.
He broke his
crying.
toy.
And then he started crying.
His toy left him.
Yeah, like
Cody
so.
left
He's
him.
such a dweeb.
Dude, it hurt AEW. People will be like, "It ain't a big deal." It is a
It
big
is a
deal.
big
Keith
deal.
Lee ain't gonna fucking. Cody did so much shit behind the scenes.
he
Personally,
did,
I'd rather
absolutely.
watch Keith Lee all day over Cody. But no, I agree.
That's
Me
not the
too.
point.
You're
But,
right.
like
It's not.
backstage, Cody was so big.
He was.
He did the big show that got more eyes on there. He
You're
knew
right.
the TNT
He did that work.
people,
You're
the
right.
TBS people.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, think about that too. Is like,
Dude,
you know,
he helped like Guevara got
He did.
over because of
Yeah,
Cody.
he did,
Cody
yeah.
got a lot of.
he calls them
fuckers.
his kids.
I mean, Cody
does, yeah.
legitimately put a shit ton of people over.
He did.
He let MJF beat him, or not let, but like MJF went over when
Sure.
it first
Yeah.
started,
No,
right?
sure. That
Then
was
Guevara.
that was the point. He was the leader.
His
He was
match
him.
with his brother was one of the best
That was a
matches
good
early.
one.
It's one of the few matches
That
I've
was
seen.
the same pay per view that he did the throne thing,
Yeah.
double or nothing.
Yeah,
That's
so,
what a lot
like,
of people.
He's accomplished a lot. It's a big loss.
and Cody was.
Well,
one
it's a
for-
bigger loss for AEW than gain for WWE, but this is Vince's. The reports are Vince sees Cody as a star now, and he
He-
plans on making
Sure.
a lot of money
Yeah.
off this.
Vince sees that now because Cody was able to make a name for himself outside WWE, which Vince likes because Vince wants to
Apparently,
steal.
that's what Vince told him to
fans.
do.
Right.
he always tells him to do. Go get over and come back.
Sure, that's what Vince
Yeah.
likes. Why do it yourself?
Lashley.
You know,
Look at where Lashley is. Look at where Drew is.
Drew,
Yep.
everybody, even
Look at AJ Styles. He didn't
Yeah.
leave
He
though,
didn't.
but he got
himself
but
over.
he was over.
He did, yeah, he did.
AJ Styles is a fucking. He's about said phenomenal.
But like if you're looking
Yeah.
at the template, Drew, fuck you, Drew. Left.
Came back.
Main
came back
eventer.
ripped,
He did, yep.
but came back.
Fucking who the fuck else did I just say?
You said Lashley.
Lashley.
Yep, same thing.
Cody
TNA.
just did the same thing. So he could.
Well, Cody arguably did more.
I'm not saying he's going to live in the main event. I'm just saying he's the guy that will be there, and then he'll hang in. There's like the mid card, and there's like this. Cody's here, where a lot of people are. KO's here, Seth's here. Sometimes they'll be up here fighting for the title. Sometimes
Sure.
they're fighting Damian Priest.
Not winning
Yeah.
it, just fighting
But
for
like AJ Styles versus Priest on Raw was really fucking good.
It
And
was
that's
really,
technically
really
a big
good.
card.
Yep.
That
So
was
like
great
there's a
match.
lot
Well-
of cool opponents for him to have too.
Well, I think, when I say the term, he's just a mid carder, I don't mean like he's going to be in the main event and lose. I mean, he doesn't have the opportunity to get to the main event.
I do think at some point he will hold the Raw title.
I don't. I really don't.
I think he'll hold it this year.
I don't.
I don't see that either. Right
I'm
now.
telling you, I honestly believe.
I think Vince is going to make
right now. at least.
dude. Listen,
I think
this
Vince agrees with
this
you.
sounds crazy. I think Brock's going to win,
Sure.
but Vince has to, like when you're sitting at a table and you're like, all right, pros and cons, but it's like, what if you have Seth win the belt somehow? Roman, I know it won't happen because Roman just interfered, but
I got
Paul comes out and
Yeah.
does something.
Sure.
Or remember when Shawn came out of the bottom of the chamber, Sweet Chin Music Taker,
Yep. That's
and
awesome.
Taker lost his belt, and that's how he got him to give him a rematch.
Yep.
Something happens where Brock doesn't win and Seth ends up winning. And
Okay.
Seth comes out like, I've beat everybody. I'm going to fight my best friend at WrestleMania. And Cody comes out like, you haven't beat everybody. I'm back, bitch. And then there's there's ways. I don't think they're going to do it to Brock because they just had him lose, and Brock doesn't lose often.
I mean, you're not wrong in that
That's
scenario.
true. But, like-
The scenario would pop. You're not
Like,
wrong.
That would work. There's ways to make this really work.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on all of that. Because the thing with Cody, he's made a name for himself. You mentioned earlier, Lashley, McIntyre, they went to a different company, got big
And
there,
Vince
and
likes
came
that.
back.
He brings them back.
What Cody he did more. He went,
I agree.
somewhere,
Cody accomplished more than
made
both
his
of
own
them did.
company.
Yeah.
He did, yeah, he did. Yeah.
and then came
And I
back.
think Cody's going to have a little more control over his creative than other people. Just like,
Potentially.
well, I feel like that has to be something he's negotiating, or he's not coming back.
Sure. And
You think Cody's dumb enough to be like, yeah, I'm just going to come back and do
No,
Stardust?
he's
again?
not.
Like
Oh.
he's going to
Or
be like,
Dash
no,
and
look,
Cody again.
you told me to make a name for myself. I did.
Sure.
This has to happen.
Sure. But I'm
Vince is
telling
gonna
you,
be like, okay.
and I think as Vince, I honestly don't think that Vince knows a lot outside of his own little bubble.
I think
and
Cody's
so-
going to help that there
so,
too.
well,
Like the
Vince-
little things AEW does that people are like, oh, WWE needs to do that. Cody's going to be really helpful with like, hey, use this. Or when AEW's people start expiring, Cody's going to be like, and MJF. You think Cody being there doesn't help them land an MJF down the road
Yeah,
because they're like
he's
best
still-
friends.
he's still
yeah.
WWE.
Like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I've been saying that for a
but
year.
no, I mean,
Yeah, you have. Yeah,
but, like,
you have.
Cody's an asset there, and Cody can help back. Like Daniel, Cody kind of reminds me of like the guy that's going to help replace Daniel Bryan backstage, because Daniel Bryan was helping with creative
He
stuff.
was,
Then
yeah,
Daniel
sure.
Bryan leaves, and Cody can fill both. Not saying he's as good as Daniel Bryan in the ring, but Cody can wrestle.
Sure.
Sure.
He's
and he
knowledgeable.
can help creative because he just helped build a fucking company.
Yeah, that's a
Sure.
huge
This is
accomplishment.
huge, and this is going to be. I do not like Cody Rhodes. My opinion has not changed, but
We know.
this is the most interesting thing to happen to the
It is,
WWE in
yeah.
a while.
It is interesting. But
It is.
This is the most interesting thing to happen to them since the last time they went to Saudi and they couldn't get back.
that was a fun time.
That was fun.
Like,
But here's that's a good way to put it, and you're not wrong with a lot of those statements. But also, I feel like Vince, because like Cody was not able to get over in AEW.
and this is his
All-
dad's
all of-
company, though.
It
Like,
is all of the shit that he did was mostly backstage. On screen, nobody gave a
But do
shit.
you realize if
So-
he wins the world title in WWE, he'll be the only person out of his family to ever win it.
That's a good
fair.
point.
That is,
WWE.
yeah.
And it's not going to happen because
I don't know. His dad
Cody will come to WWE
can't. Hey,
as an in-ring competitor, and in the first 3 months they'll be that, oh my god, it's Cody Rhodes. After that, it's going to be, oh yeah, it's Cody
yeah, but
Rhodes.
I don't think
And people quit
that's
caring.
all he's there for.
He
He
sure. And if
But
he's
look
if
at-
he went as a
Yeah.
backstage role, everything you just said, absolutely correct. On-screen character, nobody gives a shit. He doesn't, in my opinion, dude, he doesn't have his ego is bigger than what his talent can
Absolutely.
provide.
That is
But
true.
there's-
Fact.
What company just went under?
Ring of Honor.
Who knows? All the people there, like their BF.
Vince doesn't
Cody.
want Ring of Honor. Vince wants his own people. That's why he said he's going to stop getting indie people and
I'm
start
not
his own
talking about
classes.
owning the company. That's a lot of fucking. It's a lot of content.
Oh, just
For
to
the
buy the
network.
company.
Yes.
Sure.
To
Well,
own
that's
the- own the
that's
rights to
been
Ring of Honor.
discussions already.
They
Yeah,
got NXT up and down.
2 shows now.
Yeah, I don't know. Level Up is pretty much like main. From what I understand, it's like main event, and
Sure.
they're putting it on the same time. Rampages
And
on.
and they also canceled 205 Live, which I didn't realize was
Well,
still
they
a thing.
canceled
I
that.
did. We did.
They canceled that
That's
for
That's still a thing.
Sure,
Oh,
right.
Wow.
which they're putting on at the 10 o'clock
Yeah.
slot. Just to
I
rival
honestly had no
Rampage.
idea 205 Live was still
But
a
I
thing.
feel like
That's
Cody
sad.
could help behind the scenes in NXT.
He
as
could.
well,
Oh, I
because
agree
he
for
just
sure.
helped build a.
Yeah,
It's
he
like
could help that. See,
And if that was
NXT
his
got-
only role,
no, he's going to
Yes.
be both.
but I'm saying I don't think his
I
on
don't think
screen is going to
Cody.
do well.
I don't think Cody's a guy that you're going to see on Raw every single week either. I think they're going to treat
I think
Cody
that
kind
would be
of
okay.
like a Daniel Bryan. Literally, I feel like he fills that role. Like Bryan left when we need him in stories.
I
We
don't
put
know,
him in
man.
there behind the
It's hard with
scenes.
Cody.
That's a bold thing to say.
I just think he's more of an asset behind the scenes than Daniel Bryan is. Daniel Bryan hasn't created.
No, I agree with that. No, Brian's a wrestler. I agree with that.
But like Cody can also go do some fucking stories.
He can.
Seth's there. Anything can be. There's the Miz thing is there.
So what you're saying is he's Triple H
he could be
behind the scenes.
And
and
I'm
on
telling you right
screen.
now, he wants to go Hollywood. You're gonna have next year. It's gonna be Roman, Rock, Ronda, Becky, Cody, Triple H.
Triple H ain't going to Hollywood. He already said he doesn't want to. He tried. He was in this Blade 3. You don't like it.
I'm talking about wrestling at WrestleMania, not being
Oh.
at a goddamn.
Oh, I thought you said
just
movies.
pitched the match card.
Oh, I see.
No, you're gonna have.
I thought you were pushing Hollywood.
Now he's got to start
No,
over.
you're gonna have Rock versus Roman, Becky versus
Oh,
Ronda.
I got you.
And then there's your money. That story's fucking good. That's not something you throw
Yeah,
together
there
in
is.
one
Yeah,
month.
it is.
Sure.
You have Cody win the fucking title. Go to SummerSlam. Triple H fucks him
No,
over.
that would be no. You're right. That would be.
I
you have
love
that would
an
be a
authority
story.
kind of thing. It's
I
like,
love
God, Cody, you're back, bitch. Oh, congratulations. Whoever wins the Money in the Bank.
You know, it'd be awesome if Triple H came out with his throne.
Oh, he has
Their first
He has
count.
to, 'cause he's Cody's called shots at that because he thinks he's a Triple H. He's called shots
Look at the
him
fact
first,
that we
so.
spent a half hour
I
talking
know.
about
No,
Cody
it's
Rhodes.
huge.
Like this
It is huge.
and this is gonna be fun. I think when do you guys think he appears?
Oh, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. I just had a
Now
great
gives me
idea talking
time to
about that.
think when he
Real great
comes.
idea. How about this? Cody
Uh,
comes back, run his mouth, has a sledgehammer. The throne's there. You know, he goes to break it again on WWE TV. Then Triple H comes out right in front of the chair and stops him. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be like, oh my god.
He literally thinks he's a Triple H. Cody does have a big ego. That's
Well,
my problem with him.
This is a look. View this is a clean slate. He is what he was at AEW.
Yeah,
He
we'll
wouldn't
see.
be. It's not like Vince is like, "Come here, motherfucker." Like he's willingly
Yeah.
coming back
mean,
to
he
a
is,
place
yeah.
that he could not wait to leave.
Well, think about this too.
Just think, Cody
He just had
kind
a
of
kid. He wants that money. That's what the money
I
is.
think he was paid pretty well.
WWE's just don't pay better.
Oh fuck yeah, they're worth a lot. I mean, they
There
just
you
had
go.
the biggest. When do you think we see him?
Oh, boy.
I mean, if he's legit going, this is all still speculation. But if he was legit going to WWE, I mean, you want him there for Mania.
I mean,
So,
when?
like,
I think he's on Raw Monday.
I would say a Raw.
A
Yeah.
Raw, I say.
I think he's on Raw right after Saudi.
Do you think he interrupts somebody? Or he
Yes.
just comes out.
I mean,
Yep.
sure.
Yep, he's interrupts
Yes.
somebody. You hear that beautiful entrance. Oh, boy.
All right, now we
No,
got.
he'd have different entrances.
Yep.
He can take his AEW one.
Yeah,
he owns all
can.
that
Yeah,
shit.
he does.
Does he really? Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Keith Lee.
They're gonna do the
I mean,
same
Keith
shit.
Lee stole
He's gonna-
his.
he's
so-
gonna
No, Keith Lee owned his.
Stop it.
I didn't know that Cody Rhodes
Keith
owned
Lee's
his. That's
entrance
cool.
is actually enjoyable. on
No,
AEW.
stop it. All right. So this is the second biggest news.
Yeah, that's
That shows how big Cody leaving is.
Yeah.
No, it's a big, huge
We'll
deal.
just have to see with Cody. We'll see.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right, now we're getting somewhere with this. Yep.
Ringside News, which is what I use,
Been wanting it forever.
That's what I used to.
looks
before I got-
like
This is 3 years in the making.
with Kevin
Wow.
Owens saying all this shit about
Right
how
there.
shitty Texas is. Who's from Texas?
Stone Cold,
Where's WrestleMania at?
Dallas, Texas.
Who hasn't wrestled in fucking God? Lord
How
only
long
knows
has
how
Stone
long.
Cold has a?
His last match was at WrestleMania against The Rock. The year I
God.
cannot remember.
I know he.
So 20 years.
19.
Nice.
WrestleMania 19. What year? What was that? It was WrestleMania
Well,
19.
this is WrestleMania 38.
So that many
20
years
years.
ago.
20-ish years.
And he got hurt. That's why he couldn't wrestle.
And he
anymore.
scheduled
Of
to
course.
apparently fight Kevin Owens, which is
All
probably a
right.
thing that happened when Kevin Owens resigned. It's like, bro, we're putting like you're gonna
Yes.
fucking fight
But
stars.
she's been
Yeah.
using the stunner, man.
So
Yep, he is.
this is gonna be a stunner versus stunner kind of thing.
Yep.
Thoughts on this? And it's reported that Stone Cold might be willing to do more than one match. He
All
said
right,
he
I
wants.
would love it.
I
He said he
would
wants
too.
to fight people such as Seth Rollins.
Right.
He wants one more match with Goldberg. He wants that match with Brock that
No.
we never got.
Don't say Goldberg.
Don't say Brock.
I did not say that.
Don't say either one.
Reports are that these are people
No.
Stone Cold has asked to work
No,
with.
no. I remember that terrible match that they had.
Stone
So
Cold,
thoughts? How big is this?
I
For,
like
I love it. I
I
mean,
love
it's
it.
kind of random that it's just. I mean, it's kind of random.
well, it only makes sense because it's in Texas.
Sure.
And Kevin O. I mean, I feel like this is their plan.
And
Apparently, they reached out to him in November and
Right.
pitched this.
And I say random, but I've been wanting this for 2 years. And people have wanted this for
So
2
think
years.
of the timeline. They pitched this in November. KO's contract expired in January.
Yeah.
You think this
Yeah.
match didn't play a role in him coming back?
I mean, that's a
Right.
big deal to
Coulda,
do.
coulda.
Like, hey, bro, you're
Yeah.
coming back. We got you Stone Cold. He's like, for real? Because there's a picture Yvonne showed me of a young KO
Solid.
with a Stone Cold, just like the MJF CM
Mhm.
Punk
Yep.
thing. So
Mhm.
that is a story.
Telling right there.
Sure.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
And you know, it's really cool because one, anybody who loved the Attitude Era, we all love Stone Cold. We all love when Stone Cold come here, stun some motherfuckers. The last cool Stone Cold appearance, can't remember. Last time I remember him on TV was for like a Raw Memorial, and it was fucking.
Was that
dumb.
what him and Becky?
when they
drank
had
beer?
when COVID
Yeah,
happened,
maybe.
they didn't have no fans.
It was
Dude,
really
imagine
boring.
the glass shatters and he drives under the ring on that goddamn 4x4.
Just four wheelers.
His fucking 4-wheeler fucking flies down in the ring.
I just see him come out, stun that motherfucker, and then it
Dude,
could be
I'm
a great
okay
feud.
with him coming out, stunning him, pinning him 1, 2, 3, and saying "fuck you" and walking away
Flipping it.
because it's fucking KO's getting a rub no
That'd
matter
be
what
perfect.
out of this. Like,
Yeah, man.
Regardless who wins this, regardless.
I love Stone Cold Steve
I'll
Austin.
tell
I
you
do
right
too.
now, I'm picking Stone Cold.
I
with
would
this
too.
match
Oh,
after.
for sure.
Me too.
But
Absolutely. Sorry.
the fact that we might get 2 or 3 Stone Cold matches
That's awesome.
is fucking cool
Yes.
as fuck.
And he looks good, man.
And
I'm watching that podcast. He looks good.
Reports are I gotta watch. He's doing Ron Simmons this weekend.
Broken
Does he?
Skull.
Farouk?
Yeah. So
Nice.
that'll be fucking fun.
That'd
I'll
be
watch that.
awesome.
Reports are they have a second Austin
I saw that.
level
Yeah.
thing planned, which I think is going to be Roman.
Finally.
I think Roman beats Brock. Rock comes out. They stare each other down as it goes off the air in night 2
You think this year?
this year. I think Rock he doesn't have to do anything. He just stares him down. Other things are Taker. Nah.
No.
John Cena, possibly.
There's only one
Question
Austin
mark.
level, and that's The Rock.
No. Cena is. Just
Well,
because you don't like him.
no, we
he
know-
is
we've
in
already
the
seen
I
same-
it.
don't
That's-
either.
that was SummerSlam.
That's proven.
No, but
fact.
like, if you're pitching, like, what could the Austin level people be? It'd be like a Taker or a Cena or a Rock
I mean, I agree with Cena, but we just saw him at SummerSlam, so it wouldn't be that
or a
big of
Cody
deal.
Rhodes.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But
Now you're getting pushed.
I think it's The Rock.
It's
And I
right,
think
it
this is how
right.
it sets up.
Roman and
And then the Rock appears on SmackDown. He's like, listen, bitch, if you're champion, if you're really the head of the table, I'll see you next year.
They got,
Yeah.
but just like we did with Cena back
Yeah.
in 2012
Yep.
or whatever
And
it
you
was.
can-
Ooh,
Yeah.
them two,
Yeah,
that'd be a
hey,
great feud right there.
Like we say,
Stories there.
just because it's been done doesn't mean you can't do it
No,
again.
you're
as long
right.
as it's done right.
And I'll never forget. It was I think it was 2015 when Roman Reigns won, and The Rock had to walk around with Roman Reigns throwing his arms
Yep.
up in the air
Yep.
because nobody gave a shit about Roman Reigns back then.
No,
Or
they
no.
didn't.
And so they really had to like put him
The
over.
Rock can come out like, I tried to help you. I tried to make them give a damn before. They didn't.
Yep.
Now they care about you.
Yep.
Now I'm here for it. And then that's
Yeah.
fucking there you
Stories
go.
there with them two.
You have 2 of the biggest names in wrestling.
Oh, look who it is again.
Oh, Kofi Wheatston.
La baby. Yeah, buddy.
What's up, Kofi?
Yeah, man. I love it, dude. I've been wanting The Rock and Reigns for 2 years now.
Dude. So WWE, you think they feel bad about the Rumble? Like now they're bringing out all this fucking, like the
Yeah.
Saudi card's stacked.
It's that, yeah.
Stone Cold's back.
Huh.
Cody Rhodes is
Cody's
back.
back.
You might get The Rock.
I mean, Cody Rhodes is back.
I mean,
that's
no,
a fact.
no, maybe. It's not confirmed yet.
Question mark.
It's not confirmed yet.
Cody, I said Cody, and I'm back. Now, he's high. But
Who isn't?
Wheatston's high.
We get that.
This big news is huge for KO.
That is-
Huge. And if
Yeah,
you're
it
trying to
is.
sell out a fucking Cowboy Stadium, which
There,
is
that's the
fucking
way to
huge,
do
Big,
it.
very
Stone Cold is a
Steve
ticket.
Austin.
Even the Dallas can't sell that shit out.
Oh, yeah.
Right, absolutely.
It's because the Cowboys are pretty shitty. But
Yeah,
The Bengals will sell out before they could.
I did.
this is huge.
That
Yeah,
is
I love
true.
it.
You add this to like a fucking
First
You
Stone
got
Cold match in
Brock-
20 years. Yeah,
Brock
buddy.
Roman, Ronda, Charlotte, Becky, which we'll get to our predictions
we'll
after
get- yep.
this. It's going to be Riddle versus Orton.
Yep.
Seth
Potentially.
versus
Yeah.
Cody.
Cody, maybe.
I mean, what's Seth doing otherwise?
Exactly.
Fighting Lashley in just a match?
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
it mean something.
I don't know, man.
Seth ain't doing or nothing right now.
I mean,
I don't know. I still
this
feel
mania
like
has potential to be fucking sick. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn.
Oh,
I
jeez.
mean, apparently that's going to
for
happen.
the IC title.
Spoiler.
Yeah, for an
SmackDown was taped last week because you can't get to Saudi Arabia in 9 hours.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately.
spoiler alert: Kofi Wheatston, Sami Zayn does
Good
win
for
the
him.
Intercontinental
I'm glad
title
he has the belt back.
over Shinsuke Nakamura,
No preference
and
to
he's much
Shinsuke.
better with it.
Yeah,
But
but
he's going to do a lot more with it.
a celebrity shouldn't be in that match, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
there's a lot of people.
I
back,
agree,
but
too.
It is what it is.
I mean, I love Sami Zayn being the IC
I just
title.
need them to
Yeah.
get Bad Bunny back. by the time
No,
Mania comes
no.
around.
You do.
The
Let's
dude
not-
couldn't sell merch at the Rumble. He ain't coming
He
back.
had one.
We
Wrestle-
already talked about why his merch was there. They can't put his merch out when he's not even announced.
He had
Well-
one WrestleMania moment. That is it. Stick with your one moment.
All right,
Don't see
give
it
me
again. That's
three people you want to see Stone Cold fight if he
Oh,
actually
God.
is doing multiple matches.
it. Now I got to think.
The Rock, one more match.
No, I don't want to see that.
You already said him.
Trying to think
Owens, obviously. Rollins, obviously. And I would even say Roman Reigns. You know,
Yeah,
Roman Reigns is
I
at the
got
table.
Roman,
Smash
KO.
him.
Stone Cold, you know, beat the motherfucker's ass because Roman Reigns can't
What-
beat Stone Cold.
What about like an AJ Styles, Damian Priest for Stone Cold? Maybe.
Damian Priest ain't big enough.
Not big
And
enough.
Even
Maybe
though
like
Styles is a
Styles,
big
yeah.
name, I don't think he is either.
Not yet.
Well, Styles and Austin would be fun, I guess.
Yeah, like a Styles. I don't know
yeah,
why I thought
I'd
Priest,
like
but
that.
I just
That's because you like AJ Styles.
Sure, but I
Me
mean, he's
too.
the big name. The thing with Styles, like, I honestly don't think he,
I
like,
want-
I don't put him in my number one list with people because
Yeah.
he's just AJ. He, in my opinion, he's the same level as
I
Austin.
want Brock.
Yeah.
I want the match we never got because Stone Cold wouldn't put him over. That story's perfect.
It
right
is a
there.
good story.
Like
Yeah.
he's like, you ain't good enough to. Am I good enough for you now, bitch? And Stone Cold would be
Yeah.
like, all right.
No,
It just
Remember the Pat McAfee show? Brock
Sure.
brought it up. Like I get why he
yeah,
did it.
he did.
No.
Yeah.
he's
Like,
wrestling. They have
That
it.
would be perfect.
Lester was on Austin's podcast too.
Kofi Wings is a-
When I think about
Versus
matches,
Vince. Yeah, let's
Like
bring
saying
that shit
that,
back.
hey,
Yeah,
buddy,
I love
30
that.
years ago, I'm all for that
Bring
shit.
that back. That was
Oh,
awesome.
20 years ago. What year is it again? It doesn't
Vince
matter.
ain't wrestling.
Yeah,
Every time I think about Vince going to the
He's
ring, I
a-
think of when his quads busted out.
He's ripped, but he's too old.
Remember back in 2009 when he tried to wrestle and Batista had to fill in for him? It's 2022 now.
Poor Vince. He's a busy man.
This is a good week
Yeah, it has
in
been.
news.
Sure.
Yeah, breaking news.
Everything's
And
good.
we're always breaking it down too.
You know, the thing with Austin and Lesnar, though, like, you know, the story is there, but it's the playing it out. I just don't know if it would be. It's kind of like how like Goldberg and Lesnar at their first WrestleMania match, they don't do it right. You know, they don't collide the right
Mhm.
way. That's how I feel about Austin and Lesnar. Like, it wouldn't be a fun match. It would be just kind of, the story would be phenomenal. The match itself would be short because I don't think Austin can keep up with Brock Lesnar.
Oh God, no.
Like,
I couldn't say that either.
Lesnar's a beast. Like,
Phew.
for real.
It's a miracle if Stone Cold does. It's a miracle.
It's for Brock Lesnar to have a successful match. There's got to be a lot of things right. You have to have the right people. You know, and like Bobby Lashley's not one. I don't think Austin's one is one either. Obviously, guys who can go. Styles is a great Lesnar opponent. Rollins is a great Lesnar opponent. Bryan's a great Lesnar. Like those kind of guys, they clash well. But
I like to see him in Orton.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking that too. Randy
Austin and Orton would be good.
Orton, great match. I'm surprised I didn't say
My
that
three
first.
would
They
be
do snakes.
Yeah,
it'd be
that's
KO,
true.
Seth, and Brock.
Yeah.
I dig that. I think
I
Roman
would
be
want to
good.
see Roman
Roman.
would have to go over, if
Yeah,
he's
over Stone
especially
Cold,
in.
yeah.
Do you want to see?
But you know, it's the same thing. But it's kind of. I think Austin would be good for Randy Orton because he can
Yeah.
bring back the Legend Killer. You know,
Yeah.
there's one legend I never got my
Kofi
hands on.
Kingston, Kofi
Yeah.
agreed with
You
us.
know,
Yeah,
There's
Orton,
tons
yeah.
of shit he could do.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Stone
just
Cold,
it's
yeah.
Stone Cold.
He's
He
Stone
is the
Cold.
WWF.
Austin versus Drew,
Austin versus Drew. Yeah, that's a good one too.
I mean, the
Orton.
Viper versus the
Rattlesnake.
rattlesnake.
Yes, that's a great title match.
And
Yeah.
Randy Orton could come out. They both wear vests all the time.
Yeah.
You know, Randy can come out. You know, there's one legend I never got to kill.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd be phenomenal.
That's great right there.
Yeah, I would like that, dude. The fact that Austin may be cleared to wrestle, like, dude,
That's good enough.
20 years, man.
Yes.
I love me some Stone Cold.
Yep.
Stone Cold's my
This
favorite.
is a very eventful WrestleMania. After all,
Like we said, good for KO too. That's awesome. For
And the
Stone Cold.
fans are going to be back for
Yes,
it.
they're gonna go nuts with Stone Cold.
yeah, maybe this year there won't be a rain delay.
Sure.
That was horrible.
How crazy was that? The first show back with some fans, not full capacity, just some fans. And then rain delay like a fucking NASCAR race. Like, what the hell?
Showing my best friend Emily her first WrestleMania got a rain delay, trying to get her into wrestling a little bit.
Yeah, we're at my
Rain
apartment,
delay.
just
Yeah.
like sitting there, like, huh?
And we were talking on our group chat.
This is gonna be over like 2 a.m.
She's
Right.
like, "Does rain delays normally happen?" Like, well,
Not in WWE. NASCAR, they do.
that shows how much she watches it. But yeah, she likes it.
It's
That's
a
cool.
new thing. Well, that was a definite new thing.
That was awesome. I'm excited for
Gotta
Stone
get,
Cold.
yeah, but I think I'm not sure about Dallas Stadium. That's inside, right?
Yep.
So
it
we're
could be
good.
closed or
Yeah,
open.
so they'll close that shit.
They have a beautiful
If
stadium.
it's
I
nice,
get
they'll keep it
figured.
open. If not, they'll close it.
Sure. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the outdoor stadiums anyway because I hate daytime matches.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Like Undertaker and Wyatt during the day was weird.
It just doesn't feel
inside.
epic,
I like
you know?
inside the
If he
building.
beats KO, he can no longer use the stunner because I hate it.
You hate the Stone Cold Stunner?
I think he hates KO using it.
Oh,
Oh.
well, I
Well,
don't. Fuck you.
I-
How about
Yeah.
that?
You don't need to stipulate that. I like KO.
A lot of people hate it.
So let's
Probably, but I
transition to a place that we won't get no rain.
don't. Cruisy, there's Cruisy.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
I love
Oh,
it.
dude, you missed the Cody talk.
Hey,
The first half hour was Cody
God
talk.
damn it, Cruzy's late.
He's late. Look.
No, he's not my favorite wrestler, but oh my God, is there cracks in the foundation in AEW? Your golden boy, the guy who gets a 25-minute entrance, is gone.
He's gone.
And
Yeah.
he took his wife.
He did.
And he's
took
going to
it.
take MJF. And he's going
I
to
could see
take
that
other
too,
people
mate.
with
Yeah, I
him.
could see that. MJ.
But no, I mean, are you going to cry like Tony Khan, Cruzy? Are you going to cry?
MJF has said.
All right, let's get back to a company that doesn't need Cody Rhodes, but they're still flourishing because they're going to make more money.
Well,
Just
apparently they want Cody Rhodes because they got not officially.
I want
It's not official.
a beer. I don't need one.
You want a beer?
No, it's like he's not a need.
I mean, I got beer.
Look at
Stop.
Cruzy's comment. It's not going to hurt business. Oh boy.
It's not going to hurt business.
I mean,
He's not going
tell
to
him,
the
Cruzy.
hurt business. He's white.
The thing, I mean,
it's not going to hurt. Oh,
Wow, that was
I don't know.
racist
Dude.
on the show.
Look, I don't know.
Wow.
They got their lowest demo ever last night.
the thing is, like, nobody cheered for Cody in AEW.
Wow,
So,
look at
like,
this.
Like I said, I
It's
don't
one of
think
those
him
things.
being on TV is the biggest loss.
Cruzy has a
I think
point. He hasn't
backstage,
been
but
around
Tony
that
Khan
much.
does everything now.
We'll see.
I don't know. It's one of those things like
I am curious if Cody gets a 25-minute entrance
Like Roman.
in WWE.
it's going to be a dashing.
Like,
Whatever it is, it's going to be dashing.
Roman's on the one
to
that
answer your
can have a
question,
great
Cruzy,
entrance.
no, but I do think it's hilarious that one of the founding people of AEW.
We'll just have to
has
see
left.
with
That's a
Cody.
big
That
deal.
is big news.
That is a big deal.
And you're lying to yourself if you say it is
Yeah,
not.
it is.
I tried to get Kevin Hart on today, and he's still dealing with it. So
Oh, for
he
heaven's
said
sake.
we'll talk soon.
We'll talk soon.
And the
Well,
owner
you
of that company crying last
That's-
night after the
that's
show saying, "I
embarrassing.
need a hug." That hurt.
Was he wearing his big glasses or no?
I don't know.
Man
He's
up,
fucking
Tony
I haven't
Khan.
watched it yet.
Really?
Tony
Man
Khan
up.
looks like that teenager who just needs to get
Can
laid.
he?
All right, let's go to
I
Saudi.
wouldn't want to torture the woman.
Getting laid is
for that.
nice.
That's disgusting. for him.
Well, depending who you're getting.
I
laid
have
by,
no
I guess.
idea. I think this is the final match card. I looked at the spoilers for SmackDown, and I don't think nothing's changed.
Nothing's added.
I've not seen the SmackDown spoilers other than Sami Zayn.
That's the only thing I've seen. They said the rest is like backstage shit. So
Oh.
I ain't even gonna watch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Viking Raiders, Usos.
Oh God, this is probably.
Ooh,
I
So's
got
Yeah, Usos.
Usos.
day one ish.
Day one, day two.
All right, going
day
through
three.
the
I'm
odds.
so glad you're doing this again, by the way, because I did not like doing that. The production part of this.
Oh yeah,
I'm not good at it.
I would be like you. I
the
would be-
Usos are overwhelming favorites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the
No
fucking Raiders.
disrespect, Biker Raiders, but it's gonna be.
All right, this is
Why are they
just
still
added
employed?
Monday.
Oh, for heaven's
Rey
sake!
Mysterio versus.
So what
The
happened?
Miz.
Let's see. Miz costed Dominic.
I say the Rey Mysterio is a slight favorite.
I'm going with Mysterio. He's in the game cover. Mysterio.
Mysterio's gonna.
I'm going with Mysterio as
Mysterio's
well.
gonna have to win. He did.
I think I think we're getting Mysterio and Dominic.
Maybe, hopefully.
The only way I don't know if Dominic's allowed to go because I don't know if Saudi has a limit on how many people can fucking go.
Oh yeah.
But-
What's the age limit?
He's
The only way I
he's
see
like
Miz
12.
winning is if Dominic's like, all right, dude, this is where he cost Ray. This is where the story starts.
I would like that. Dude, I'd be all about it.
Ray's gonna have to get his payback.
I'm going with Mysterio,
Me
though, because he's
too.
on the game cover.
I'm going with Miz. I think Dominic's gonna cost him, and we're gonna get Ray versus Dominic
Or-
at Mania.
I dig it.
Maurice did.
Because Ray's been doing shit. They've been costing each other shit on Raw.
Maurice did slap Mysterio last week too.
Oh,
Yes.
shit, bitch.
Oh God, man! I gotta go with the Miz too, man. I think of the Maurice.
Oh,
factor,
this is
too.
a rare occurrence where I'm the only one going with somebody.
With the Miz. I just, like I said, he always has a plan. Now Maurice, she did slap Mysterio last week. They're adding her and more than like Josh. So Dominic, maybe coming out
I think the
accidentally.
Dominic factor plays. a
Like
little
Maurice comes out, cost his Ray distraction. Then Dominic comes out to help. He accidentally cost him. Then there's tension.
bit. Yeah, because I think Dominic's gonna be with Ray, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And he accidentally
I have
cost
to
him
go
or
with
something.
Miz because that
That-
actually
that
makes
could
sense
be.
a little bit.
The thing is, historically, with these blood money pay-per-views, is they don't really interact a lot storyline wise,
Yeah.
other than a few. There's exceptions to that rule, but
I don't know. This one,
You think of the
most of the
Dominic.
Saudi shows are just
Yeah.
random.
exactly.
This one's actually a like a
Yeah.
premium event. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
But-
they changed
Yeah,
their terms
yeah.
again.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, it makes more sense because it's not a pay per view
Sure.
anymore. I mean, they did need to change.
This match, you think
Change
of
it to
the
something.
Dominic play, the Maurice play, who knows? Rey Mysterio just may beat Miz, fair. I mean, who knows?
It's gonna be Mysterio. He's on the game cover. They gotta sell that shit.
All right, we got one different.
This one's
Madcap
easy.
Moss.
This one's easy.
Rey Mysterio.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I think this one's
Sorry,
pretty
Matt.
clear. I think
Sorry,
you can-
Corbin, but sorry, Madcap, but it's run Drew.
The question is, will the sword come into play?
I think.
And I don't mean his actual sword.
I think,
I knew where you're going with that.
I
Oh,
think
God, now I know
you
what you're
can
talking about. He could.
pencil in
Corbin.
Drew versus Corbin at Mania as well.
Could we see Corbin getting involved?
This made me laugh a little bit. From Kofi Weedston, Dominic won't even win if you play with him in the game.
Hey, the game
Wow.
looks sweet. They've
It does
released a
look
bunch
cool.
of shit.
I like the
I'm
GM
pretty excited. They got GM mode.
The
You can
GM
pick one
mode.
of
I
4
love
people,
that.
I like
Wait,
that.
including Shane, which is hilarious.
That is
So you can pick Shane, Stephanie, Adam Pearce, or
Sonya.
Sonya Deville.
Dude,
I
what
love
happens if Cody goes to WWE and Shane goes to AEW?
You know what's
Oh
funny?
my God,
They
that's funny.
posted something on Twitter. They
McMahon and
posted.
AEW.
They posted something on Twitter that said they got Happy Corbin's character in the game, but they had to postpone 8 months to get rid of all the releases, and they already had Corbin's gimmick with an alternate attire.
Jesus.
Could we see a happy Corbin get involved?
We did see Elias's
He
new
could.
Yeah, I saw a picture
new
of it.
pants.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm glad to see he's still employed. I hope so.
Exactly. That's where my brain went too.
Question,
Like at least he's there.
Big Caps, where's Elias? We could see a happy Corbin get on. Maybe.
Yeah. No,
Maybe.
we're
Maybe.
gonna see what's his
Oh
name?
God,
on this one?
Josh, your favorite. You were
All
in a
right,
hurry to get
so
to that one, weren't you?
according to the SmackDown spoilers,
This one, I
Ronda Rousey, because Sonya's in a sling, will have one arm tied behind her back as well.
Good.
So
All right.
You injure her, it's what you get.
I
Excuse
think-
me.
I'm pretty sure we've seen that already on WWTV. I think that happened once when when Ronda had her arm tied
Yeah.
behind her back.
This one's
forget the
tough
details,
to pick
but-
because
Charlotte and Naomi was actually a lot better than I thought on SmackDown.
Sure.
I think Naomi and Ronda win. I think Naomi pins Sonya.
yeah.
Charlotte and Ronda stay far away from pinning and or doing anything like that to each
Oh,
other.
for sure.
I can see that, or like Charlotte pinning Naomi to win.
Yeah, the
One of the
Ronda and
that's what makes
Charlotte
it so hard
won't
here.
I don't think either of them get involved into the pin
No,
unless Ronda taps out fucking
Nah.
Sonya, but
Sonya.
with one arm you can't really do much.
that could be.
So I
It-
think Naomi does that thing with her ass where she hits him with it, and then she pins Sonya.
Could be. But whoever takes the loss is going to be either Sonya or
'Cause I think
Naomi.
Sonya and Naomi.
Because
probably be
Charlotte
some
and
kind of
Ronda,
match
they're
at
not
Mania
going to
as
look
well.
bad.
Sure.
Charlotte and Ronda's not going to look
So Mania's
bad.
got to
so.
get what 12 matches, split 6 over 2 nights, some shit like that. So I
I
think
could-
that'd be one.
I really could see Charlotte and Sonya winning
That's what I was thinking.
because
too,
they're
on the
kind
way
of, because Ronda's already on the high, but it's going to be Naomi taking the fall no
That's
matter.
what Weedson said. Naomi or
here.
Sonya.
Or we
takes
couldn't
the
see
pin.
one winner. or
Yeah, I don't
something.
think
I mean,
Ronda or Charlotte are involved in the decision.
I
No,
think
not
it's
at
going to
all.
be between
Like as far as them
Naomi
getting
and
pinned.
Sonya pins Naomi or Naomi
So
pins
who y'all
Sonya.
got?
God, this is tough.
I think I'm gonna go the bad guys here. I'm gonna go with Charlotte and Sonya.
I'm going to go right with Chuck on that one.
But
All right, I'm taking the good guys.
Yep.
I like it because it's I could get this one going either way, but like Ronda already has one up on Charlotte. So
Yep,
she has,
Charlotte's going to have to get
you know what I mean? Like she has to go in
Yep.
the underdog a little bit as the good guy, right?
Charlotte and Naomi. I'm sorry, Naomi. Sonya together. They always have a plan. It seems like here lately together.
Here we
So,
go.
Who knows?
Becky
Oh, Lord.
Oh, buddy.
and Lita.
This is tough.
For
Right?
the-
No, Becky all
I got to
day.
go Becky.
Well, Lita even came out and said, like, on a podcast the other day that WWE doesn't. They told me they don't have plans for me after Chamber. Well, if they don't have plans for you,
Why are you
then
there?
apparently you're not winning the title.
You're not
She
gonna be
just-
So
champion.
Spoiler.
we'll just go straight through
Becky.
that one.
Becky all day gonna be heels because this pick of dude Sonya is hot, dude. I've loved me some Sonya since day one
You
ish.
have, yeah, you have.
And back when Becky
Day
had
one-ish.
Day
since,
one is.
since Becky had her baby, I was like, dude, put Sonya in there because she is that.
They never did either.
And then they never did. But yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
she fit
she's
that role perfectly.
Day one-ish.
Ish.
God damn it.
That was day 2, day 3.
All
I'm
right, so
kidding.
this match to me is very intriguing with the late edition. Even got an updated picture.
I
Oh,
called,
shit.
I called it last week on the show, Alexa Bliss.
did
Just
call it.
saying.
Bianca,
Yeah,
Ripley.
yeah.
Ripley looked.
Not to brag.
Ripley got over like a motherfucker. Those gauntlet
She did,
matches
yes.
always help people. Rhea
remember
was
Rollins?
yeah, and
Yeah, they
Kofi.
did. Yep.
Yep, yeah, Kofi. Yeah.
Rhea got fucking
She
over
looked
like a
great.
motherfucker in
Yep.
that match.
Rhea Ripley did.
Bianca, Doudrop, Nikki ASH, and the newly, freshly out of counseling Alexa Bliss.
Back to the
And
original.
Bianca.
We'll see.
The
The,
glimmer.
picture shows the original,
Right.
but there's
Let's
also other
hope it's the
posters where it's
original.
still her and the
Please, people.
fucking.
So
So,
we'll
which
see.
version do we
Play
see?
the original.
Who do y'all got in this one?
Alexa. Yeah, Alexa Bliss.
Oh man, that's a good question.
And Bianca's the last entrance.
3 possible people.
And is this number one contender? There it is.
The winner gets Becky
Mania.
at Mania.
And on Monday, Bianca did win, so she's the last person to
Kofi
enter.
Wheaton.
So
I'm surprised. I think this one's obvious.
I got Alexa.
Alexa makes me doubt it a little bit, but it's got to be Bianca.
I would say Bianca as well. The thing with Alexa is she already has other stuff going on, so they could do other shit with her outside of the belt.
Alexa also needs a fresh start too.
Yeah,
She needs that too.
That's
Just
true.
put her
Alexa
against
and
Becky.
Becky's like a new thing, right? I think I've seen them fight.
Heck, we could see the new
I-
Alexa.
Oh, I ain't been
Yeah.
looking at the odds. So Becky's very high odds to win.
Oh, of course.
So is Drew.
Sure.
Naomi and Ronda are pretty decent odds to win.
How rude.
This one, Bianca is in the first.
And
Yeah.
Alexa's number 2.
Alexa's pretty close behind
Jeez.
her. Ripley's pretty close. Then there's a little distance. Liv, then Doudrop, then Nikki
Not Liv
S.H. is
again,
like,
sorry,
she's
not-
last
not
way
Liv.
back there.
I'd rather
Yeah.
see Bianca.
Nobody likes that anti-superhero shit. What
So-
is this? The boys?
yeah,
So yeah,
I'm going Bianca.
I'm
I'm going Bianca as well because that writes itself because of SummerSlam.
I think Doudrop does the most damage in this
she
match.
does. Yeah, she's going to be.
They've
the
been
top.
really good with her lately, too.
Yeah.
Her match with
Not
Liv.
the Rumble match. Nobody.
Well, the crowd hated it, but the match I watched it back. The match wasn't horrible. The crowd
Sure.
just needed a match to go piss.
The reason I pick Alexa is because we've seen her through the counseling stuff, but now last week she's kind of getting off of it. She needs a new fresh start. Her and Becky we never seen. And I think we're gonna.
I feel like she's
going to be the
to-
goddess. She's going to be back. I
the
think.
goddess. Yeah,
I think she's going to be back.
I feel like she's gonna start fucking with Nikki and be like, "What are you doing? Like how
what are you
long have
doing
I
with
been gone?"
yourself?
I
And
like
then
that.
turns her back,
She's going to mind play Nikki.
and then they join forces again, and then she's the guy. Like they go back to their old thing.
She's going to
It
be.
She'll be like, "All right,
Yeah, man.
like have you been doing drugs since I've been gone?"
It's
Maybe-
like a reverse of last year.
Maybe she does
Yeah.
the goddess one moment, then she's the crazy one moment, screwing with people.
I'm
in
just
the
glad she's
chamber.
back. She'll be in
Same.
the ring.
I want to see that match. That'd be a good match. And it's
So you
new
got
for
Alexa?
Yeah, Alexa.
I got Bianca.
I got your
I got
guys'
Bianca.
girl. I
All
got that.
Becky and Bianca's story's there. The 30s or 8
And that Bianca
seconds,
too.
whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it was.
And
I hope Alexa wins, but it's
It-
going to be Bianca.
Bianca's the last one to enter
And
too.
the one
so-
Chuck's looking most forward to.
Oh.
Goldberg.
Ooh.
Roman Reigns. That's easy.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is going to Goldberg.
I
They're
hope
just
so.
I think
feeding
Roman.
Roman
I think
opponents
it's. I
here.
think it's Goldberg hits the first spear.
Probably.
Roman kicks out at 1. Goldberg hits another spear. Roman kicks out at 2. Paul Heyman freaks the fuck out. Roman gets that Superman punch, spears him, goes
Yeah.
back over. Hoorah! Oh, I'm not on camera. Thank God. Superman punch.
You're representing
Another
you better
spear.
not.
Yeah,
It's
sounds-
this. It's this. He does
I
this.
think you just booked that match. I can't
And
argue with any of that.
Roman wins there.
Yeah.
You didn't do your thing on the table with your hand.
Oh, but
I
you,
did.
you didn't mention how sweaty and red Goldberg's going to
Yeah.
be, and
He's
maybe
gonna be wore
bloody,
out.
from hitting his door on the way out. Like you know,
Right.
Busted his head against
The
it.
odds for this one
No boy.
is significantly Roman
Right.
Reigns.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Goldberg's not winning that match.
They're just
All right.
feeding Roman opponents at this
So we
point.
got this one.
No boy.
I got an updated picture. It actually looks a lot clear. Theory,
We got
Styles,
Styles on our side.
Lashley, Lesnar, Seth, and Riddle.
That's going to be a good one.
This Brock Lesnar.
The odds. Brock,
Yep.
close behind Brock is Lashley.
Oh,
Very
God, I
close
know.
behind him is Seth.
This match
Then
could
there's
go
some
two
distance
ways,
for
too.
Styles. Riddle and Styles about to have the same odds. In theory, is a distant.
Yeah,
Last.
0.
Theory's not winning.
It's
I
just
put
cool.
my
It's
0.
good experience for Theory
Yeah,
to be in
yeah.
here. Though.
Dude, I loved me some Theory 2 years ago when he was with Rollins, and they threw him back on NXT. I'm like, well, what the fuck?
Poor Theory. He has a
And now here
0
we are.
he got
chance.
he got
Yeah,
bad trouble.
Yeah, this
That happens.
match-
He got thrown in that whatever that movement was where
you got me too.
Yeah. This
I
match-
think I thought that's what
This
it's called.
match can go two ways. Roman, his entrance costs Brock, or Brock just wins.
I think Brock's
I
winning.
think
I
there's
have
only
I
three
have
people
Brock.
that can win this match. It's
I have
Brock, Lashley, or Seth.
Agreed.
The only way now
Yeah,
I don't see Lashley winning because the only way that he would win, there's two ways Lashley wins. Distraction again, which they just did.
Yep.
Or there's a distraction in the middle of the match where
Roman
Brock
comes-
gets eliminated, then like Brock's out early. Like,
Roman comes out
like
and causes
midway
Brock
through,
to
and
get
then it's like,
eliminated.
oh shit,
He's got plenty to
Brock's
catch.
out. Like Brock's out. Now we got Lashley and Seth and Styles only left. Holy shit, Brock is out. Roman fucked him, blah, blah, blah,
Yep.
whatever.
Sure.
See, we could get like.
I think Brock wins. I want Lashley to retain. But-
It's just not-
Why would you?
Why would you have
It's-
Bobby
I
lose?
think they have their two main events, right? You got Brock,
Title versus
title
title.
versus title, night 2. Charlotte versus Ronda, night 1. You're going to put Becky versus Bianca, night 2. Like, They already have their
Yeah.
shit planned out. I think this is Brock.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. You see the report that there's a huge swerve coming in this pay-per-view.
Hopefully, The Rock.
The Rock's not going to Saudi Arabia.
no, he's
But
not.
they said
Yeah,
there's going to be a huge swerve, according to Ringside News, that is going to happen. So the only things here that it classifies as a huge swerve is somehow Lita goes over, which
Which
I don't
not,
see.
it's not
I don't
happening.
either.
I love me some Lita, but
Like,
that's not
none
happening.
of these matches would
No,
It's not a huge swerve.
like it's not a huge swerve.
no.
Lesnar losing would be a
This-
huge swerve.
That one, yeah.
Like
I mean,
fucking Rhea winning would be a swerve, but
Yeah, it
is
would
that
be, yeah.
huge?
it's a swerve, but
For
not a
her.
huge swerve.
The only two huge swerves
right,
that
right.
there could
Yeah,
be is
for
that
Rhea,
somehow
yeah.
Goldberg wins.
which would be a swerve.
That'd be a huge
That would
swerve.
be a huge swerve, which
Or-
that's not
Embarrassing
happening.
for Roman.
Anybody but Brock
Embarrassing.
wins.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
The more likely one for me is that somehow Seth ends up leaving with the belt.
What happened if Matt Riddle fucking wins?
That'll definitely
Riddle
go.
versus Orton at fucking WrestleMania.
And Austin Theory has a 0%.
I mean,
Percent
yeah.
chance. Sorry,
It's going
Theory.
to be, you already said it, Lesnar, Lash.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Them
Lesnar.
three have the most
But-
experience too in Chambers too, don't they?
No, Brock has never been in.
Oh,
this.
that's right,
It's his
Brock.
first one.
Oh, that's right. I
He's-
thought Brock.
So we
did,
have to
okay.
talk about before we finish. up.
Bobby and
Well,
Seth
let's
has-
talk about this real quick. You know, talking on his podcast with Pat McAfee. Who did he say was a real threat? He said Seth Rollins was a real
Wow.
threat.
He's-
So
'cause fucking Pat McAfee loves Seth freaking Rollins, and he loves
He does.
saying his name.
He does.
He kept saying
Freaking
Seth
Rollins.
freaking Rollins. He's good, right? Brock's like, yeah,
he's a threat.
he's
he
a
beat me at
threat.
He's a
WrestleMania.
threat.
yeah, like he didn't pin me, but you know,
Right.
He won.
Brock was great on McAfee.
Yeah, sounds like.
Wait, how did Seth didn't pin Brock?
He pinned
He
Roman.
pinned Roman.
No, he beat Brock Lesnar.
No, he's beat Brock before, but when he did his cash in, he pinned
He
Roman.
Oh,
beat
sure,
Roman,
but
yeah.
he had a WrestleMania match against him a couple years ago.
Yeah.
and he beat him in like 3 seconds. He did like the stomp 14 times. It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pinned
I
him
don't
then.
know. I think if Brock doesn't win, it's gonna be Seth.
I would agree, but it's gonna
And
be
then they'll
Brock.
probably do Seth versus Lashley
Yep.
if Seth won.
I mean,
And then
are we sure there's no pay-per-view before WrestleMania after
this is
elimination?
it.
This is it. Yep.
Then it's got to be Brock, and they're not going to do a child change
Oh.
on Raw.
they did announce what the fuck their May 8th one is.
Oh boy.
It's WrestleMania Backlash. How do we forget?
Are they still calling it?
Yes.
WrestleMania? Jesus Christ!
Sunday, and it's on a Sunday.
What do you
May
say?
8th.
WrestleMania replay for pizza.
Like Backlash has historically been after WrestleMania, but you didn't
So,
need to
yeah, so
spoon
you
feed it. We knew what it meant.
All right, so we're in February 17th. So this pay per view is Saturday. So you
Backlash,
have
for Pete's sake.
7 weeks.
That's a long time.
It is, yeah.
That's a long time
So
for the
shit
be.
can change in 7 weeks for
Yeah,
sure.
it can,
Sure.
for sure.
You know, like I just don't think. I don't know. I
No.
think Lesnar's winning this
No,
I do
match
Wait.
too.
Yes.
Regardless of Brock was he's fighting.
Yeah,
Roman.
multiple times.
Yes. So we
Regardless,
know
so-
he's fighting. Look, Wheaton, we have a graphic.
So if Brock would
Look at
lose,
this.
which he's not going to lose, it's
Bam.
not going to hurt Brock. It's
we
already
know.
announced.
But he wants it to be
The
title versus
question's going
title.
to
He
be:
does,
is
yeah.
Brock going to
They've
be
made that
champion going
clear.
into that?
And
So we have
Brock asked for it. So.
1, 2, 3, 4,
It's a
5,
good picture of Roman too.
6
Good
weeks.
picture.
Calm down there.
6 weeks.
Not
to
like
make it.
that.
Get all heated. Calm
No,
down.
not like
This is a
that.
family
And then-
show.
But not like that. Josh likes that one.
There's that one. Those are the 2 matches that are official so far.
To be fair, Charlotte does look much better with her Adam's apple brushed over. I will say.
Whatever.
Josh,
So
Josh would agree too.
when they say there's a swerve,
I
I'm
mean,
almost tempted to pick Seth.
yeah, but
But how does Brock get screwed? He don't lose clean.
Besides
oh,
Roman
Roman
coming
Reigns
out.
or
Roman coming
or
out.
Paul
But
Heyman.
I feel like they wouldn't do that.
Roman
They
and Paul.
just
Easy
did that at
peasy.
the Rumble.
Right.
But who cares? Do it again. Fuck him over. Because that really makes Brock not be able to be champion versus champion.
What if Cody comes out
That
and
being
calls
said,
Brock
though,
the belt?
I think that'd be funny. Think about this though. Why would
He
Roman
comes out, does his 20-minute entrance, and everybody's just like, what the fuck is this dude doing? He's like, ended racism there, ended racism there.
showing his tattoo?
You're like, check this shit out.
He has
Got
to
a
show that
baby.
tattoo off.
When I think about
I came
this,
over here just for the blood money.
Right. Back to AEW.
You're packing, bro.
But think about this. Why would Roman Reigns want to screw over Brock Lesnar? Because if, that's match is happening at WrestleMania no matter what.
No, Kofi's all about the Cody thing.
Oh, good lord.
So,
What if Cody attacks Austin Theory and joins this match and wins?
Oh, God.
what I'm saying,
Better than Theory. I'm sorry. I agree
If
with
Cody just becomes Daniel Bryan and he makes everything a triple threat,
there you
and it's
go.
like Brock
that's
versus
Vince
Roman.
McMahon.
It's Brock versus Roman
Cody.
versus Cody.
Cody didn't want to, Roman didn't want, or not Brock. Brian don't be in that match.
Kofi, he likes blood money
It
too.
is. Kofi's all about blood money as long as he can buy pot with it. Like,
But think about this. Why would Roman Reigns want to screw over Lesnar in this
Right,
match?
yeah.
Because he has the potential to be the first ever undisputed Universal WWE
No.
Championship if Brock Lesnar wins this match.
that's happened.
No.
Jericho was champion.
Not Universal.
Yeah, but
That was heavyweight.
it's all
These
the
are
same.
different
It's the
things.
same shit.
No, these are different things.
I thought about that. That's so dumb. You can't be like first ever undisputed champion.
You
It's like,
absolutely could.
There's been plenty of people.
No, because the first undisputed
Cena carried both the belts around. They're just
No.
different. They look different now.
that was the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my God! Stop.
Not the Universal Championship.
Stop.
Well, you can't say Finn Balor was the first Universal Championship and not count it as a first ever unification because it's never been unified.
I think Finn Balor got fired. Where's he been? Like, I
ain't
don't fucking
Well, I'm
know.
just saying,
He's too busy.
the
Like,
Universal
eating.
Champion
Finn Balor's been eating
is
salad
not
doing
the World
crunches.
Heavyweight Champion. That title was retired.
He's not fired. He's not been on TV.
Well, I don't know where the fuck he is.
They haven't announced
Is
he's
it Finn
fired.
Balor from Saudi? Where's Mansoor? Mansoor's going to attack Austin Theory and win this match. How is
Oh, for
Mansoor
heavens.
not on this pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's his hometown.
Isn't he
So,
like
he's
the
the guy.
fucking Roman Reigns
the
of
guy.
Saudi
Maybe he'll be the
Arabia?
big swerve on something.
Hold on. Mansoor.
Yeah, look that. Yeah.
How do I get him? All right, he's going to attack Nikki ASH and join the women's, and he's going to fight Becky at Mania.
This one for
It
me,
could be worse.
I'm stuck between Bobby and
How
Brock.
is he not on?
I know that's his. Yeah.
Look, no offense to Mansoor, I'm sure he's great, but how is he not on? Like, I thought his employment was based solely off.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
He's like
Yeah.
a huge draw here.
I
Like,
agree.
didn't he win the biggest Rumble? No, that was Strowman. But like, he lasted to the end. He
That was
won.
Strowman,
He won
yeah.
the Rumble that fucking Titus flew under the ring in. So like,
I don't know,
shouldn't
man.
he be here? Maybe
I-
they'll announce something on SmackDown tomorrow.
Yeah, we still got a couple of days.
I don't want a unified title, even though
That's annoying.
even though I understand that Roman appearing on both shows would be very beneficial
It'd be
for
great.
both shows.
I don't think he would. I feel like I don't know. I mean,
If
that's
you-
kind of an outdated concept too.
I mean, if he has both belts, he doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. You gotta do something, don't you? I don't know. Maybe
do
Lesnar
you
will
have
win.
like Roman fight like Seth at like WrestleMania Backlash and fight Brock for his belt again? Like,
What do you
then
do?
Roman has to fight twice.
Yeah,
If-
that'd be weird.
if we would see Brock lose, if he's
What
not,
if Brock wins all the belts and everybody
That's
assumes
annoying.
he's
That's
leaving?
annoying.
Lesnar wins at WrestleMania and just
Yeah,
takes
like-
him out.
I could see two
And then
things.
Lesnar stares down the Rock, and it's like, oh
God,
shit!
no.
I'm the Dairy Farm champion, bitch.
Two
I
ways.
do like his stories.
Two ways I could see Brock lose. Obviously, Roman coming
I
out
mean,
or
he is on
Paul.
the poster. Do you know,
or-
does the poster boy ever lose?
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
Or
that's a
we
good
see
point.
all the other guys in the chamber gang up on Brock and help Bobby.
They'll
take
hit
him
their
out, eliminate
finisher
him.
and get him
And
out.
when we could see that anyway.
But you can't necessarily because it depends on when you come
When
out.
you
It's not
come
the
out.
That
Rumble.
is true.
You know, there could be.
They-
So what the fuck
they
was
could
that
team
thing
up
on
at one
Raw
point.
for?
They
So
could.
like, who won that? Bianca. So Bianca comes out last.
she won. Yep, she won that. Yep.
See, it makes me feel like
She's
Alexa would
winning.
win.
Yep.
Those the person that normally comes out last never fucking wins.
Never wins.
No, Shawn Michaels was in the very first one. He came out last and he won.
I'm changing. I'm picking Alexa.
Thank you. You're welcome. I've studied the legend.
I forgot all about that.
Yep.
There's no way that they can't squeeze Bianca in there somehow.
Yep.
Like Becky, she comes out like, Becky, I need a title shot. You had your chance, bitch. Give me a match with you.
Yep.
She pins Becky and gets added.
It's very
Oh,
It's a
little.
triple threat.
It's
Like,
very
yeah.
little.
They
that-
got 6 weeks.
Yep.
We got 2 belts.
I got Alexa.
You're welcome.
I do think Alexa will be accompanied by Nikki, who acts normal again.
And you think,
Normal being crazy as fuck. She is crazy.
and you,
I'm
like
just
I,
glad she's beautiful.
like I
again.
said, you look at the Alexa factor, what she's been through. You know, she's the crazy. Maybe she, like I said, she turns crazy with like the Nikki, like going crazy woman. And she's like, oh, hi, nice to see everybody, and beats the crap out of everybody. She can mind play everybody with what she's done.
Sure.
And this is a fresh new start for her. Bring the goddess back and get rid of this.
Oh,
Really crap.
is back.
Yep, I am too. It should be really good. I hope she wins so we can see her take the belt, put it behind her.
Yep.
You know how she always did back in the day.
Shit,
Pretend
yep.
it's promotes the belt. She would do this. Like, that's my shit.
Yep.
Yeah, so double checking there is
She's-
nothing before Mania.
She's definitely going to mind play with Nikki.
So they got rid of
I
Fast-
can guarantee you that.
They got rid of Fastlane.
Oh, goodness.
That's okay. Fastlane sucked.
Money
Yeah.
in the Bank's July 2nd. SummerSlam's July 30th. I think there's 4 weeks in between those. Then September 3rd or 4th. September and October are wide open, and Survivor Series is in November like normal. And December is undecided because, let me check the calendar. I don't think, if they want to do day one again, they might have to use a fucking Sunday.
Day 2-ish.
I think day one was maybe just a one-time.
I think it is too. It just happened to fall on that day, so they just
Day one is
utilized
on
it.
a Sunday.
Oh wow.
So they could.
No,
Day
that's fair.
two.
They could, but then that would
They could
be-
have 2 day ones.
They could just be like day one of the year,
Yeah,
and then then 2 years from now it's on Raw.
sure.
And
WWE Raw presents.
then
that
3
day
years,
Day 1.
3 years from now it'll be on NXT.
NXT presents.
Then
Day
3 years
one.
from now, when 4 years from now, when Vince owns AEW, it'll be on Wednesday for
Hey, there you
AEW,
go.
So,
and then Impact,
By Impact.
and
yeah.
then SmackDown, and
Just-
then they
just
go back to the weekend.
buy every year.
so
Yeah.
who do we got for the men's? We got.
I think we did it all. I think we're done.
Josh, did you pick yours? Okay.
Which one?
The men's chamber. You said.
No, I have Seth.
I got Lesnar.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Lashley. I'm gonna be honest.
I like it.
Everybody
I like
go
it.
Because Lashley just won the belt.
That's good,
It
man.
doesn't matter how he won it.
It
He
doesn't
won
make
at the
sense
end.
that he loses it this quick,
Yeah.
but if they do pull that plug for anybody, it's
Yeah,
Brock.
it's Brock.
Sure.
I gotta go
how he just
Lashley.
randomly I think he got lost. Like when he
Yeah.
was traveling to that Money in the Bank pay-per-view and just showed up like, Vince, I want to wrestle.
I mean, that's a good point.
And then
Why
Vince-
lose it just to get it back?
And then Vince was like, Brock, why are you here? And he walks down to the ring. And Ali's like, what the fuck? And Brock just walks down there, throws him off the ladder, climbs Orton's
I
like,
remember that.
was he supposed to be in this? And
I was
Brock's
so
just like,
pissed.
all right, Vince, book me.
Because
Bye.
Lashley losing, what the heck's he gonna do? Go right back?
It
and
is
go after
redundant
again. Yeah,
that
go back
Lashley
again.
wins the belt
Just to lose it
and
again.
then he
Just to
loses
lose
it
it
again.
again.
And then
Yeah.
it's like,
Then goes after it
it's
again.
like a 1-to-1. So it's like, when do we, unless they do something nuts like Brock versus Lashley on like a Raw to pop a rating.
Night 1, Brock Lashley. Night 2, Brock Reigns. That's too much work for
Yeah,
Lashley.
That could happen.
That could
That
happen.
could happen.
Yeah, we could.
Good.
Yeah,
I never even thought about that.
Good.
Yep, I just picked
Brock takes fucking
Doing
Lashley.
double time.
double Brock champion.
I don't know. That seems
Well,
a lot of
see,
work for
yeah,
Brock
that
I
Lesnar.
don't wanna
only,
see
yeah,
that.
well, that only works if Brock wins.
Sure.
So like Brock loses, he's not gonna be like, I'm
I
getting my belt
did.
back night one.
My gut was telling me Brock, but I'm gonna
But
go
like I
Lashley,
feel like they
so-
would book Lesnar Brock the main event of night 2, Becky and Alexa and or Bianca
Yep,
would be the
one of
co-main
two.
event of night 2.
Yep.
Charlotte and Ronda
Mhm.
has to be the main event
They
of
have
night
to
1.
be, have to.
So let you have Brock kick off that show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They've been
It
treating the
could.
Rumble winners better, right? Because they've at least main evented
Yeah.
Sure.
that. So,
So you got
Sure.
Seth.
I don't know, man.
I got Lashley.
it should be a fun.
We picked
I'm,
different on this one too.
I'm hyped it's on at noon, so I can watch it and then have the rest of my day.
Yeah, I'll be in the car probably when it starts, and I'll be drinking
I'll be
in
at
Louisville
work.
when it's
But
about
I'll
time
be
it's
on
over.
Twitter reading the alerts. So
But don't forget, we got Cody Rhodes back.
Oh.
Cruzy got so upset he left.
Potentially. It's not confirmed yet.
It's
Potentially.
question mark. Well, yeah, he'll be there, but
Look, I looked at sources that weren't Meltzer.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I wouldn't have been Meltzer's fucking pissed.
oh yeah.
I wonder everybody's.
Look at the break at Sports Illustrated announce it too.
Yeah, dude, it's
That's it.
everywhere.
Like I said, I couldn't get on Twitter. Cody. This one.
Loss of booking
Like
power
crazy.
led to leaving AEW.
And
That's
they're
what happens
Let's
including-
go, Tony Khan.
Maybe you should
what's
have turned
funny?
heel, bro.
Bully Ray said something that it made a lot of sense. He was like, "Have you ever noticed?" I think it's funny that Busted Open does this. So like Tony comes on like every Wednesday and Friday.
Sure.
Bully doesn't work those days. So
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
think there's
He's
some
paid to like WWE probably.
no. Bully just talks shit about what it like. If
Sure.
he doesn't like it, he'll like it.
I get
But he
it.
said, "Do you ever notice when he's on like on this show or on TV, he's always like, I did this. I made this main event.
Yeah.
That's all about
And
him.
it's like I thought
Yeah.
there was 4 of them.
That's the problem.
Like
Yeah.
when you become he goes, the thing about him and Vince McMahon is Vince owns it. Like it's
Sure.
mine.
It's
It is
Vince's.
or it doesn't happen.
Yep.
Tony Khan's like, it's a family. But
Right.
I created this
But
event.
he likes to use a
I
I
signed
word a lot.
Sam.
Do you know how old Tony Khan is? I'm genuinely curious.
I can look.
He's definitely egomaniac for sure.
He's getting there. Tony
Yeah,
Khan,
bad. He's like, just shut up.
He was born rich. He
Yeah, that is
continues to
true.
be rich.
he's 39.
Oh my god.
So how old am I? Shit. He's only like 5 years older than me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's probably an
He's
idiot.
probably just he is an 8 for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Eventful week.
Yeah. Not
Next
a bad
week,
pay per view.
we give our results, we give the breakdown of Chamber and our top 5 moments from Saudi.
Yep.
What do you guys think match of the night's going to be?
Let's see.
Probably the men's chamber, honestly. I think I'm pretty stoked for
That
that.
or the Becky Lita.
I mean, I'm leaning toward Madcap versus Drew.
No, it's gonna be the Viking Raiders.
No, so
Well, the Usos actually pretty good. They might be able to do
That
something.
match-
Yeah, I mean,
this is gonna be my match to predict like kickoff.
I
maybe.
think it'll be the men's.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all those guys, dude. They're
Yeah.
gonna kill
I
it.
think
Or-
the shit one's just going to be. I think Roman's going to.
That's gonna be a-
destroy Goldberg.
That's
and
just
for
a-
the
yeah.
women's, it'll be Becky. I'll
That's
be
for the
watching.
money of the
Yeah.
blood. Yeah.
See, it's great to see.
I
Lita
mean,
back
all of
in
these
there.
matches are blood money.
Yeah.
Sure, but the chamber actually looks legit.
It
But
does,
then-
yeah. WrestleMania.
To recap real quick, we do have
Yep.
Brock and Roman,
As of and we got Charlotte Ronda.
That's
That's only 2 for
confirmed.
now. Yep, that's it.
Possible Stone Cold.
Yep.
Possible Cody Rhodes.
So they won't be they won't
At
be there.
WrestleMania.
But at you guys
Yep.
WrestleMania recap. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saudi, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches.
Yeah, not bad.
I expect 2 of them to be quick.
Yep.
I expect Goldberg and Roman and
That's
Becky
gonna
and
be
Lita
fast.
not to last
Yep.
very long. Madcap and Drew probably as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd
That's gonna
great.
be. I mean, there's no way that we don't.
Miz Mysterio could be a sneaky, really good match.
Sure.
That could
Well,
be.
they'll tear it down.
They will. Yep.
But I think the best match will probably be the men's. And I
Yeah,
think
it
that
will be.
title should go on last, even though they love Roman.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Chamber-
That'd be great. Well, they have to tear the chamber down.
The show is. Yeah.
they
The
do,
chamber's gonna
yeah.
be last. The
Yeah.
chamber
I
has to
saw
be
the
last.
construction on Twitter.
Oh, I mean, no, they would just pull it up. It's like a Hell in a Cell. They just
That's gonna be the
put it
last
down.
one.
They would just
I
pull
would
it
just
up.
do the women's chamber and then go to the men's, as long as they don't destroy the shit inside.
Well, it's gonna be destroyed.
That'd be destroyed. There's no
I think
promises.
how many suplexes through the fucking
I mean-
plexiglass happens?
Brock Lesnar put a
How
guy through a
fa-
table randomly at the Rumble. He's gonna put somebody through one of them chambers.
Dude,
He's got it.
that story was
Yeah.
great.
He will,
He
yeah.
said, "I threw some cash on the table."
Yeah, I was walking
So
away.
Brock's media
Yeah.
is way better than we ever thought it would be.
Yeah.
Right.
Brock was really, really good on the Pat McAfee show.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I enjoyed it. Says Bakley texted me.
Me
It was
too.
like- It was like, "Do you see Brock on McAfee?" I was like, "No." And McAfee is on my list of things pods I listen
Sure.
to because I NFL whatever. But he had Seth on. He's had some wrestlers on. Brock's pretty fucking good.
Well,
Like,
he's
he's
just
funny.
Being himself.
He
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, dude, I farm. What the fuck you want? Like, I'll beat your ass. You make fun of it. Like,
I liked it. He was like, I humbly say I'm in the 1%.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of his song. He'll beat the crap.
he
out
was
of you.
like, my sons, no, they fucking work. Those little bastards. Like,
Yeah, buddy.
it was very fun.
I dig it. I really mean it made me like Brock. And his whole run since he's come back, it's been a
I
lot
agree.
funnier. And I like too. It validated the fucking ponytail I was making fun
Yeah.
of, the Goro tail.
I still don't
Because
like his ponytail.
well,
I'm
the
just a
fact his
woman
kids
saying
dared
that.
him was like, okay, I respect that.
Yeah, his kids dared him to.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I bet you don't go on TV like that." He said,
As
"I
a
bet your
woman,
ass
it's
I will."
gross.
Yeah, well,
As a
give a
woman,
shit.
it's gross. Sorry.
I mean, it was funny because his kids dared him. to,
That
so he just
is
did it.
funny though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I dig
It's
that.
funny all the stories you never think of.
Sure.
Like the
Mhm.
story behind this or this or this.
Yep.
Kofi
Yeah.
Weedston made us came back. He did follow us, so I followed him. Now we're following 23 people on Twitter.
Now we're best buds. All right, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the show. And as always, if you didn't, you. And until next time, we will be
And I
back
still
here.
have this.
Well, yeah,
And
that's not
it-
changing until next week.
Look
And
at
it. And ain't for the belt.
That's not changing until next week, at least.
Blood-
So
blood money.
next Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have the Elimination
Good
Chamber
Lord, that's
results.
disturbing.
Who's going to be champion? We'll find out.
Me.
Well, yeah, not
Spoiler.
WWE though.
Rub it.
Will Cody premiere this Sunday? We don't know. Saturday, whatever the day it is.
Yep. Really.
And until next time, continue to fear regularly scheduled
How rude you bought me.
hostility.